No.
Hello and welcome back to the Ball Knowledge Podcast. As always, I am your host, Usman, joined again by MK and Aslam. Welcome, boys. It's this week in football time, lads.
Yeah, we've got to get right into it.
It's the second time we've done this week in football. Let's do this again. We're going to go over the Champions League results and we'll move on to the Premier League weekend, which is a big weekend in the Premier League. A very exciting weekend.
Hold on, I got breaking news.
Okay.
Got breaking news. Mohamed Salah has done a number one on his beard. What is he playing at? What is he doing?
He's done a what? He's done a what?
He got a trim. Done a number one.
Oh man, yeah, he's getting approached by Luke Shaw now. Yep, that's just confirmed now. Luke Shaw's pocketing him. It's confirmed. But actually, we're going to Liverpool later.
Bold. Shut your mouth, bro. The guy
Buzzcut, Justin. Buzzcut. It's a buzzcut chain, but yeah, we won't get into.
Okay. I'll start off with the Tuesday fixtures in the Champions League.
Yeah.
At least what
I
I
will
think.
return. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I know where the early kickoffs are on the Wednesday though. All right. We'll start off the early kickoffs on the Tuesday. Saw Besiktas lose 4-1 at home to Sporting Lisbon. What was an exciting game. City running riot in Belgium, beating Club Brugge 5-1. Inter Milan putting a fucking stop on the Cinderella story that is Sheriff beating them 3-1 in Milan. Porto pulling off a victory against AC Milan. Liverpool beating Atletico away from home in the Champions League 3-2. The first time Atletico have conceded 3 in a Champions League group stage and the first time in a long time that they've lost at home in Europe. PSG beat Leipzig 3-2. A little bit of Messi magic there. Real Madrid destroyed Shakhtar 5-0. And Ajax ran riot against Dortmund in Amsterdam, winning 4-0.
Yeah, I feel like we should start with Ajax. Just because I mean, they've been very good in Champions League so far. Probably been the best team to watch.
I respect Ten Hag before the match where he was like, let's not just talk about Haaland, let's talk about Dortmund as a team.
Yeah, because it would be so easy to talk about one player, obviously their best player. But, and also after the game, even better. After the game, I'm not really interested in I'm more interested in what we could have improved on more. Like he said, it was great, but we needed to improve more. And I saw things to learn.
Proper manager.
Whilst others saying, what a comeback. I'm like, why are you in comeback in the first place? We'll get to them later, but you know what I mean. But the football they're playing, and Sebastian Haller's, it's got like a little lease of life.
Yeah, he's joint top scorer in the Champions League at the moment, I think.
Who's he with? Like, who's joined it with?
Salah.
I swear he's got a hat-trick. Haaland?
Salah. I believe they got the same amount of goals.
I thought Sebastian Haller's got like 4 goals in one game.
Yeah,
did Salah really catch up?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, if he has really catched up, that's good. That's just typical Mo Salah, isn't it? But Sebastian Haller, he's on smoke, man. Yeah, I'm more impressed with the likes of Anthony. They've got Anthony. They've got a lot of ballers like Graven Birch, the youngster. He's really good. But they actually play really good football. Like, it's not just the budget, the money you spend, and the players that sell. You'll think Ajax will fall off now, but Ten Hag's not allowing them to fall off. He'll get these little cheap gems and just work off it. And then the football they're playing is the best in Europe. Them and Man City probably. They play the best football, and yeah, they're joy to watch. Hopefully, I don't think they will do that 18-19 run again, but they could replicate some sort of good run now, at least the quarterfinals.
Haller's on 6, Salah's on 5 with Lewandowski.
Yeah, so yeah, I was gonna say like 4 goals, but that's Salah being on 5. I mean, what on earth?
So that free kick by Tadic at the start.
Oh yeah,
that was brilliant. Really Royce on goal though. It went down as Daley Blind scored a great goal as well. What a strike!
The thing about Daley Blind is so depressing because when he left, it was quick. So I'm like, people were saying, "Oh, he's slow." I thought that was all nonsense because he never really relied on pace anyways, and a lot of defenders don't rely on pace.
Yeah,
and he's just had that. He's a football brain, isn't it? He plays with the mind, not with running around a lot. And he's so good. And Ajax is the most consistent, probably. I think Ajax fans probably say he's the most consistent. You always give you a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. We'll never really let you down like that, Daily Blind. But he was superb. He was superb. But yeah,
Ajax, we always hear about them having an amazing academy and great youngsters. They know Ajax have a history of building up really great players.
Yeah,
they're similar to Dortmund, in the sense that they have great young players and stuff, but they also have a mix of veterans or people on the down that they can try to mix in. But I think that's why they won't be a superpower. Similar to Dortmund, as much as you can breed these young talents, they will eventually go, and all you can hope for is a lot of money, and that's fair enough if that's the way you want to do it. But you have to hope for. The year that Ajax went through, there was a load of teams in transition, and they probably should have beat that Tottenham side, and then they could have got to a Champions League final, and that's even more reward. But I don't know, with Dortmund, you see it, they're just mentally weak. They said it themselves, they're when it hit 1-0, most of the team looked like it was 4-0, 5-0, and it was done already. They didn't do anything, and they tried to counter it by sitting more deep. And they had maybe 2 opportunities where they went long, but they just got piped. Plain and simple. Very sad.
We'll touch on PSG. A little bit of Messi magic there.
I say Mbappe magic.
He's a donut. Why do you give the flipping penalty to Mbappe? Mbappe can't take penalties. You just have to accept that. He's a bozo. When it comes to penalties,
he's got a good penalty in the Nations League. Was it semi-final? The one against Belgium, I think. Where he buried it.
Yeah,
so
no, one, and if we go back to his previous penalty, oh man.
Did you see those Messi fan pages on Twitter? It's since 2010 penalties donated by Messi, 10 penalties donated by Ronaldo too.
I'm like, it's just shut up. You know what I mean?
No, that's it. I think it's also he's given away 29 penalties, but half of them he could have got hat tricks. I'm thinking, bro, if you did that, you'd probably have more goals than Ronaldo at this point.
He's probably autistic, that's why.
Just stop doing that, you prick. What are you doing? But
he does have autism, so he's thinking maybe let me be too nice than he should be.
No, fair enough. PSG got hit back and they came back, and fair enough. Maybe they turned the corner. I doubt it. I mean, it makes sense that they're
always winning.
They have 2 out of the 3 superstars, so it's much more easier to build an attack when there's only one person going deep.
And there's no Di Maria too. There was no Di Maria. He's suspended in it. So
I mean, Di Maria's not going to do much to that team anyway.
And Icardi. I mean, Di Maria's actually pretty.
For me, he should start. I think he should start.
Yeah, the thing is, he should play, but it's difficult to fit him in with the 3 superstars. But I think he just provides a greater level of balance. He just takes a secondary role and moves pieces together that otherwise wouldn't be moved. But you can't do that when you have Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, and you can't really stick him in the midfield. So he's just in this weird. So unless they try to bring him on as a sub, but I doubt any of the 3 will be happy, especially in a big game.
Well, if they're losing, that means they bring Di Maria on for a midfielder. I just go even all out attack. But Di Maria can play in this sort of in Champions League final. Did he not play in this when he won man of match? I swear he was like a left centre midfielder.
Yeah, no, but that was what 10 years ago.
Obviously,
Di Maria's more offensive than. But I'm saying when you're younger, you can because you've got the legs then, innit? Now it's he's not going to have the same engine to go back.
But he was like Cavani though. Cavani's got the work rate for days, and Di Maria works. He has that sort of South American work rate, so it can work. But back to PSG, I'm not really interested in them. I could see Man City or Liverpool knock them out of Champions League. I think that Messi's work rate isn't good enough. If people talk about Ronaldo's work rate, Messi's work rate is even worse. So I'm like, how are you gonna Robertson and Trent or Walker, Cancelo? They're gonna bomb forward for days. Yes, Man City actually lost to them, but that's a one-off. In the Champions League, 2-round games, I can see PSG losing. But the only benefit I'll say for PSG is the work face Man City. only if they get to the final, I believe, because they'll be
The
both.
thing is, they're
They'll
really
be in
banking.
2,000 draw.
If you're going to bank on individual quality, they pick 3 players that are just thriving in quality there. So
Yeah.
you're
Hakimi
relying
and
on
Mendes.
to get you through the.
I keep forgetting about Hakimi, man. We always forget that Ashraf Hakimi just chilling.
I'm
around.
not forgetting him, but I'm saying.
No, I'm saying we always forget him. Not always, but like he's not mentioned. Even though I think he's probably more crucial than the front three.
Yeah, but that's like saying with our team, the most crucial is someone like whoever operates in the midfield because they're doing 4 jobs. Like they're like the thing is the way PSG are thinking, we'll put a great squad around them, but them 3, when we get to the latter stages, you're gonna have to carry the load. Speaking of Liverpool, what a win! Screw Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone, you can suck on, you piece of shit. And you know what? This is payback for the bullshit calls they got in that flipping quarter against us, or round of 16. With their bullshit little, we'll crowd the referee and we'll fall over every little bit. Fuck you. You deserve to lose. Suck mine.
You lot did the same thing. Plus penalty. That was a clear penalty.
We're too nice. We're way too nice. I want us to be more evil. Do you not know how embarrassing
Robertson is it?
But people consistently just run through our midfield and we just let them pass. We've won like the nicest team in Europe like 3 years running. We don't get yellow cards. I want us to get it. The only one that's good for that is James Milner.
Robertson
I want
too.
us to foul these people and break their legs.
No, Robertson's even worse.
I want to be absolutely horrible.
Do you not see a video of Robertson like going towards Griezmann and one of the defenders from Atletico just charged past Robertson and push him out of the way?
Exactly.
They are really good at being. They can out prick you. Like they can tactically out bastard you.
I know, but Spanish teams are known for doing that sort of shit.
Yeah, Real Madrid and Barca not really, but it's more like the Atleticos, the Valencias.
No, but Barca get away with it is the thing.
Yeah, UEFA Lona. They call UEFA Lona for a reason, but not anymore because they're too shit for UEFA to care about them.
But I thought we started off quite strong, but we always start off quite strong, and just I'm not putting the blame on Naby Keita specifically.
Yeah, look.
I think going after Naby Keita and specifically picking him out is stupid because yes, the runner did run away from Naby Keita and he could have done better, but also there are so many other midfielders and defenders behind Keita and around Keita. Why didn't they do anything? Why is it specifically on Keita?
Yeah, if you're 40 yards away from goal and you fail with a challenge, that's not on you. Because then there's 40 yards that you still have to cover to get to the goal. And if you watch it, the way our defense moves, we always like kind of collapse this way. Matip was right next to Trent. Van Dijk was like over there. So we're leaving a big gap. Then they played past Matip and Trent, so they're irrelevant at this point. And then Van Dijk's got people over there, and then he's got people right next to him. And it's like, what are you supposed to do? And you're just stuffed. But it's Naby's fault because, he's not our captain and he's not our vice captain. That's Naby Keita's fault. And then James Pitt, I hate him so much, little prick. So when Naby creates 3 goals on the weekend through his pressing, no articles about that. When Naby's played 3 games in 6 days, no articles about that. No articles after Henderson's poor shit performances this year. He's had 1 good performance, 1 against Watford, who just rolled over. But no flipping articles about that. We got an article on James Milner being good. It was dreadful.
It is English bias. English bias is so
This asshole, he has the nerve. He asked the question to Klopp, why did you take him off here? Because that was he was like, if Naby was so good, why did Klopp take him off at 45 minutes? He asked the question and Klopp said it wasn't on Naby. It was just a tactical change because the guys played so many. And then he went, of course Klopp is going to say that. How can you use Klopp taking him off as a defense mechanism? Then say, but Klopp was lying. Fuck you.
It's weird. They don't take into account, regardless of if those 2 goals happen, if Keita wasn't at fault, he still would have gone off like 10-15 minutes after the half had started again. So it makes no difference. It's just it made more sense bringing Fabinho on at the time. Regardless of that, our midfield was a big reason as to why we didn't play as well as we should have done.
Yeah, James Milner and Henderson midfield. I don't care what anyone tells me in Europe. That won't work.
I think Thiago was really missed in this game because we were really lacking that ball forward to Salah, Mane and Firmino.
Do you know people have, the thing is, Thiago is incredibly underrated now because in that 10-game span at the end of last season, we're unbeaten in 21 and he was crucial for 10 because in those last 10, we controlled the midfield in 80% or basically every single game. We never had these problems where our defense was getting piped because we had a player like Thiago that can, one, control the midfield, dictate tempo, and also just break up play. But now we don't have that. Now we're relying on fucking Henderson, who offers no offensive threat. And as a 6, he should be sweeping. Instead, he plays like he's an 8 again, and then he goes and leaves massive space. Shit, fucking pisses me off. So
People
bad.
trying to compare him to Pogba. Man, get out of here. Henderson, for me, he's not something special. They can upgrade on
He
him.
can start on the weekend, and I'm so pissed off.
And he's going to do well. We're going to give him his second good game of the season.
Do you think when Thiago comes back, Klopp might revert back to the 4-2-3-1 and play Fabinho and Thiago?
I hope so. It'd be much better. As long as Henderson doesn't.
I think it would be...
so
it would be Fabinho and Thiago there, and then the 3 would be Mane. No, would you put Mane or Salah up front? You put Salah up front, right?
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah, so it'd be Mane on the left, Firmino in the middle, Jota on the right, cover forward, and Salah up front.
You know what, yeah, considering they're going to AFCON, why don't they just give Minamino a run of games?
Yeah. But it's stupid, though. Why is it in the middle of a fucking season? Why not do it at the same time as the Euros? What do you gain from doing it in the middle of a fucking season? If anything, do it at the end of the season before you go to the World Cup. Because the World Cup's in December. You have a whole summer of no fucking thing.
It won't make a difference if you play in January or December. I mean, on the summer.
I think the reason they moved it from last summer to January is because of a civil war in Cameroon or whatever. But still, just move it to the end of the season.
AFCON's so class, man. How could there be a civil war in the continent? Let's host a tournament there. Why not? Just host it in places where you know there's no beef.
They did it a few years ago. There was I think there was going to be in Zambia or something, and then the civil war went off, and so they moved it to Egypt very last second. And so there was like hardly any fans there because no one could come.
That's a howler, man.
I'm giving all this free promotion to Pepsi. They better sponsor. No, don't say that. We want sponsorships. Pepsi, we need money. I love your product.
Before we move on, we'll go through the game. We'll go through the stages. Salah, great goal. Keita, fucking what? That man, he gets the ball at his foot, he smash it. I love it.
All right, and I just want to say, how's the Keita Fred comparisons going now, MK?
So how much Keita got 2 goals and Fred's got 1. 2-1 for Keita so far.
Exactly, he's 150. He's double the player that Fred.
What's annoying is Fred might be injured, so we could have seen a Fred Keita battle Sunday, man. Damn.
I doubt it. It'd be fucking Fred versus Milner.
Oh, that's how ugly side that is. I want to see James Milner, man.
Probably Curtis Jones might be back.
Yeah, that could be a problem. You know what? Curtis Jones, if gets us, will be a problem because we can't handle those type of.
I don't think he'd start though. Is the only thing.
He should start. I mean, have you not seen our midfield? I mean, he's just running behind and it's a long day.
You know what? Yeah, he can just play ops. Just play ops. He was actually good on the week in the UCL.
After the Keita goal, 2 very good goals by Griezmann. Then start the second half. Keita goes off for Fabinho. Jimenez comes on. Griezmann sent off.
That was
on what was, I believe, very clear red card.
Thank you.
I know he was going for the ball, but at the same time, your foot's up that high, it connects with someone's head. It's dangerous play, regardless of if he was looking at the ball or not.
If Griezmann was taller, that wouldn't be a red card because he's so small.
No, if Griezmann was taller, he would go with his head. If Griezmann was smarter, he'd go with his head.
The ball's all up there.
If your leg is that high above the ground that it's almost head level to someone as tall as Firmino, then I'm sorry, but you made a mistake, and you just have to firm it. And it's not like he was protesting either. He just said, "Fine, I'm sorry," and he went on.
I don't think red card you can ever work when you protest. It doesn't matter when a referee says red card is a red card. Even when it looks like it will work, could it be? Could it not be? It's just a red card.
I mean, to be fair, it's straight reds. You still get VAR.
VR looked at it and looked at it again and said, "Yes."
Yeah, it was a red card. It was quite clearly a red card.
For me, it just ruined the game. Now the game got ruined. I'm like, yeah, Liverpool can win this. Then they got a penalty.
No, but
just got denied a clear penalty.
I know
You know,
we'll go into the penalty thing, but like
18, yeah, when Sadio Mane got sent off, he ruined the game. We were only 1-0 down at that point, and that was a fun game. We should have been scoring, so you know.
But you
I want that argument for us as well, then.
1-0 loss, he was losing 1-0.
I will add, I know we talk about the penalty shout, right? Our penalty, Atletico fuck themselves. And it was very clear that they didn't to themselves because they were saying, because what's his name? Simeone was setting up to bring on Correa, Llorente, and Lodi, right? And they stood there for so long because they didn't let the ball go out. There were so many chances for them just to let the ball go out and do the subs, but they didn't. That's why Hermoso stayed on. That's why he gave away the penalty. It was really bad game management by Atletico because if one of your players looks injured and isn't playing the way he's supposed to play, you let the ball go out and the subs come on. But no, Oblak kept the ball from going out. They kept the ball from going out for a throw-in so many times. We got like 2 or 3 corners while they were waiting on the sideline. They screwed themselves, and then the penalty happened, and then they brought on Suarez.
What a player! I hate him.
It should have been a penalty, man.
Well, the game manager was kind of poor on both teams. That
it should be.
Yeah, but you know we can't really do much when we got Jordan. And then you know the one time I wanted this dickhead's crossfield balls. Yeah, Salah's making runs in behind, way past 3 people. Yeah, so he's clear on goal, and this retard decides to play sideways pass. He's like before people used to say that solid 7 out of 10 consistent every game. He's a 2 out of 10. Like 2 out of 10. He's awful.
Well, Sunday he'll be 7 out of 10. I promise you that.
No, he's actually that shit. I actually think you guys have a chance because we'll play him and we'll play Milner, and I want to kill myself.
We can McTominay. Like if you talk about a player that high, okay, we'll get to later. We'll get to later. I don't want to.
Right. Speaking of United, we'll move on to the Wednesday fixtures now.
I'll be back again. I don't want to talk about United, but I'm very happy you guys won.
Salzburg beat Wolfsburg 3-1. Barcelona finally won the Champions League 1-0 against Dynamo Kiev.
That's terrible.
Juventus won 1-0 away to Zenit. Chelsea won 4-0 at Malmo, but did have 2 injuries, Werner and Lukaku. Lille and Sevilla drew 0-0. Man United comeback victory 3-2 against Atalanta. Bayern Munich won 4-0 against Benfica, and Villarreal won 4-1 against the Young Boys. Well, should we wait for Aslan for United, or should we just get on with it? Because I'll let you have the floor. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go. I can't. Well, it's an actual, like, when people say game of 2 halves, that is literally a game of 2. It's actually a game of 2 halves. Like the first half, we just got dominated, outplayed. Yeah, we had a couple of chances for, like, Rashford should have scored maybe, but Atlanta kept the ball better. They were attacking better. The goals came from like 1-0 set piece, but they were like well-worked set piece. Well, they just crossed it in, but it was like a good cross and a good header from a defender that came off at half-time. And that's the pivotal point. That defender coming off when they had an injury crisis, because they had an injury crisis coming onto the game. So when they have less defenders and then your main defenders out that scored, we should have. I knew we was going to score. But if you had to score early, if you score early, it was winning that game. Simple. But back to the first half, we were shocking in the first half, man. Like, so bad. Every single player on the pitch was rubbish. Particularly this player, where obviously our group chat was very divisive on this certain player, Bruno Fernandes. Actually, it wasn't divisive, it's just me. It was me versus everyone else thinking that Bruno Fernandes had a good game. When I watched that game, Bruno Fernandes was terrible. He was absolutely
he didn't look good.
He said himself that if it wasn't for my assist, everybody would talk about how bad that game was. He's right. I bet he was shocked when he got man of the match. Because when you're watching the game, he was not the best player on the pitch. He just wasn't. I couldn't give a damn about what Silva scored given the rain. I don't care what Silva scored. Silva couldn't give anybody 9 out of 10s. I couldn't give a damn. He was terrible. But I just thought we were wasteful in the second half, but we still scored the 2 goals, the 3 goals. But the first half, I'm not getting over the first half. Like Paul Scholes said, this is the one time I agree with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes was spot on. He was not allowing Reflow to get gassed. Because Reflow was coming out he was in the stream. Like, he wasn't in the studio, but he was in that. He was just saying, just enjoy it, Paul Scholes. And Rio was like, Scholes was like, no way. I'm not enjoying that. The first half was so bad that if Liverpool if we even play like that against Liverpool, we're not scoring. We're not even seeing the second half. It'll be like 3-0 by the time it's 45 minutes over. So I'm not really interested in what Rio Ferdinand says. He can hold that. Just Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville, especially those two, these get a grip. Because Paul Scholes is another one that is a club legend, and he's also played with with Oli, and he says it how it is. So why can't these two say it how it is? Why are they hiding? Just say it how it is. It's not like Oli would. I bet Gary Neville's overrating this thing where he says he's good mates with him. Good mates where? They don't take no Instagram pictures together. I see Carragher and Neville together more times than I see him with Oli. I think he's begging it. You're not good friends. Oli doesn't know you like that. No, you're not good friends with Oli. Oli, for me, back to Oli got social. Like that first half, man, it was so bad that we're not even deep in that. McTominay and Fred were in the worst place. Like people were scapegoating them, but they actually weren't the worst place. The worst place was the front three. Or the front two, I should say. Rashford and Ronaldo, they were stinking. Not Ronaldo, sorry, Rashford and Bruno. They were stinking out, man.
Oh yeah, Rashford had so many shots. It just didn't look like they were going to hit the goal.
Yeah, because he was making good runs, and that's what we missed the whole since he's been out. Like we missed those type of runs. Like Sancho, Sancho's a give and go player. He's not really someone that will just go. Like Rashford is that inside forward of the modern era where you have to go running those type of inside channels. That's Rashford. He gave us a different dynamic and missed it.
He's not done anything. Anything.
Who?
Sancho.
Yeah.
No goals and assists.
One good substitute appearance, and everyone was like, "He'll be good." And
is this a case of him getting used to the Premier League at this point?
Jadon Sancho, I can't banter him, but at the same point, I had the itch because he's a Man United player now. But last season he started off shit as well, and then he still ended up with double figures for goals and assists.
I don't blame him though. Right? I can't lie to you. I don't blame him because
I blame Golden. He's bloody awful.
Everybody's playing bad at that. Like nobody. I can't tell you. I can't give you a name that's had a great season. Actually, that was here. But that's a goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper is not you coaching.
I know it was brought up quite a lot. Do you think Maguire was at fault for that corner? Because it didn't look like he was set to challenge for that ball at all.
Because we did this thing where we do zonal and then half not zonal. So like the smaller players man mark the taller players. I don't know why we do this. And then the big players just stand in a zone. So Demiral already had a run up on Maguire as it is.
Yeah, wasn't it the same when we beat you? Was it 2 or 3-0?
Yeah, Brandon Williams marked Van Dijk.
Got that header and he was up against like
Brandon Williams.
Yeah, and it's like what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
We're still doing it. We haven't learned from a mistake. We keep playing the small players on the bigger players, and then the big players just barge past them as usual because they're big, and they have a run up on our bigger players. And obviously, what do you expect Maguire to be like? Cristiano Ronaldo to jump, spring up in the air. He's obviously gonna get beat. That's why I'm not really mad at Maguire. I'm more mad at the idea that we keep playing steeple zonal, half zonal and half not. Like commit to one. Are we doing zonal or are we not doing zonal? And if we're doing zonal and half not zonal, then
no, it's part of Ollie's tactics, man.
But at least put that prominent on one of the big players. At least do that though. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
He doesn't now. He's got half zonal, half man. He's a genius. And do you see your fullbacks are switched as well? Like, you know how we do that? You do that.
Yeah.
Look at that. You're so clever.
Except Wan-Bissaka, he played. He usually is the one that's more like stands in the halfway line, like Shaw bombs. It's now getting to the point where it looks like Shaw's staying back and Wan-Bissaka's the one that's going. That's confusing because Shaw's better going forward than Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's not good going forward. So why are we making Wan-Bissaka create no chances? I'm not surprised because he can't attack. So why are we making Wan-Bissaka's weaknesses more glaring and Luke Shaw's strengths more like we can't see it because he's not going forward? Like, what type of management is this? And that's not even the worst part of the team. The worst part of the team is obviously the midfield and how disjointed it is. Like McTominay and Fred, they're just there, and you can't see Bruno. Bruno's either next to Ronaldo or right wing. I'm like, where's the 10? Like, you saw this guy in BT Sport where they've done a freeze frame on the graphic. So it was like 4-2-4. What team in Europe plays 4-2-4?
Again, what am I telling you, man? He's so forward thinking.
It's the real thing.
No, literally forward thinking because you have so many attacking players.
Yeah, but it's just no balance.
Yeah, you see this Gary Neville guy, yeah? Carragher called him out and it was so funny. He tried to backtrack. It was like, what's your ideal 11, yeah? And he named all of your 5 best attackers: Bruno, Sancho, Greenwood, Ronaldo, Rashford. Yeah, and then he went after. Who did you get back? Pipe. You lost to Leicester, innit? And he was like,
Yeah.
"You can't play 5 attackers like that, man. You need some more balance." And then Carragher went, "You just said you wanted them to play," and he was like, "No, but not for that game." And I was like, "What does ideal mean for you then?" Open a book, my guy.
That's what I think.
What do you mean?
His team actually was even more attacking than Ollie's team. His team was.
This is why he flopped as a manager. Like honestly, he's a retard.
Exactly. Worst thing is his team was more attacking than the team Ollie put out. He put McTominay, Pogba, Bruno, Cavani, Ronaldo, and Greenwood. Cavani, Ronaldo. So where's Ronaldo playing? Left wing. So you put a 36-year-old Ronaldo left wing. Imagine the likes of, I don't know, Ricardo Pereira or Trent just having the whole time going forwards. Ronaldo's not tracking back to stop Trent or Ricardo Pereira make a crossing. That's not happening. So that's even more attacking than the team Ollie put out. And he's saying that all his team's attacking. You're just being bare, you're just contradicting yourself. Like, what are you doing? I can't stand it going over, man. If he gets to the point where his bias is taken over, he's like judgment and his actual analysis. He's just thinking about how best do I protect Ollie. That's what he's saying.
We might as well preview Liverpool United. The funny thing is, right? Me and Rizwan abused Liverpool, right? We're 21 unbeaten.
We don't have to. We can't stop getting beaten.
I feel like at this point we just expect more of them, considering what we've seen the last few seasons.
More of my dickhead captain and vice captain, you know. Like it just feels like we're playing good, right? But we can be so much better and more ruthless. Yeah. Like we need to be at that. And obviously Klopp is a part of it because I'm sorry, but he keeps picking that flipping grasshopper. He needs to stop. I'm done with Henderson. I'm done with Milner. Unless Milner comes on 60 minutes and he starts beating people up. That's all I want him for.
Yeah, Milner should be that player you bring on because he can keep the ball in the corner in the last few minutes.
Exactly. And I mean, Milner was good against Watford, but bro, he's like...
But who wasn't good against Watford?
Or something, and you're asking him to play like 3 games a week. Let's stop that.
I don't see us beating Watford. We're moving to Liverpool United.
We might as well.
Oh, wait, I'll touch on... We'll quickly go over the Conference League and Europa League fixtures because I want. I want to bring it up. I want to bring up one thing. AS Roma. What the fuck?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Jose's comments is bullshit. Or their starting 11 is better than our second. You had Roy Patricio, El Shaarawy, players like that. My guy, what do you?
I've never heard of. And have you heard a team like the team's called? Because of B,
they don't have a sub-press on Google. I googled them and they don't have anything. It comes up with a question mark. Do you know how embarrassing that is? They're confused about their name, and you lost that. And you're trying to make excuses.
They have like a slash in their name, and then they have 2 names outside. So they don't know what the team's called. They don't even know what the team's called. It's either Bojo or something begins with G. It's one of them.
They're top of their group
6-1. 6.
They're top of
worse.
Yeah, Borough are top of their Conference League group. Roma are second on 6 points. They got 7.
Jose, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
I'm having this 6.
Yeah.
1 more loss, maybe 6. You don't lose 6 to a team that have 2 names.
For someone with European pedigree, that is embarrassing.
Yeah,
Marino needs to allow that. He needs to allow that. That's his fault.
That's not spoken about enough. These people will go back on a Monday and start like picking up rocks and like doing up your accounts.
Yeah,
they lost because like, oh my word.
Probably the real job's probably Marino loses 6-1 to them, and he's now finding a way to pay them. He's just a wash manager, man.
Quickly in Europa League, Celtic won, Rangers won. West Ham 3 unbeaten in the Europa League.
When the captain's Declan Rice, you always win.
Brilliant. Tottenham lost, which is fun.
No one's surprised.
All right, Premier League fixtures. Let's do this. This is the second part of This Week in Football. It's a Premier League preview. Tonight, in an hour's time, Arsenal host Villa at the Emirates.
Villa are going for 4 wins against them in a row now, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And they could potentially keep another clean sheet again.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Arteta's going to lose to them, and I think it'll be another 1-1 draw.
Well, against Palace, they were shocking. They were actually shocking. Palace were
Villa Villa are just bipolar. I mean, they just lost on the weekend to flipping Wolves.
That's did you know.
Yeah, they fell
But
apart.
even though
Yeah,
it was
to be
weird,
fair,
'cause-
Arsenal don't really have the same attacking prowess that Wolves have in the last 10 minutes of the game when they're losing.
they haven't got a down Traore. Like everyone just has down Traore. It's panic stations. Like, even if he's not going to score, him just being on the pitch is always a problem. And Arsenal don't have a presence in that team, but I'm not. Do you know? I can't call this. I'm going to say because they need to win. I'm giving it 1-0 Arsenal because they need to win. They can't lose. If they lose Villa again, you know what? Just get rid of Arteta, man.
No.
I don't want to keep them. We need as much Boza managers as possible because I don't want Ole to be the only Boza manager in the league. We need to have some more. Arteta, you stay, but that's why I want 1-0 Arsenal. Come on.
Oh no, you got Pep. It's okay.
Respect
He's
Pep.
He's a bozo in appearance, not in thinking.
He's a Boza in Champions League final. That's when he's a Boza.
I'll go 2-2 again. I don't see Arsenal winning. I also don't see Villa winning.
Yeah, Villa terrible too.
Bozos.
12:30. Yeah, 12:30. Chelsea at home to Norwich. Chelsea without Lukaku and Werner, it seems.
Yeah, they put Loftus-Cheek up top. It'll be 6-0 Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek's on a good form, you know.
No, you know what? Yeah, you have to be bold sometimes, innit? You have to be bold, right?
I'm going 6-0.
I think Norwich are creeping. They're creeping.
They're creeping nowhere. They've got 2 points in the league. They're terrible, man. I'm giving them 6.
No.
They're holding 6 goals. What? No, what?
Look,
Chelsea should be looking at.
I need one of these results to be good. I can't predict a win, but I can predict a draw.
Well, if Norwich draw against them, I have to compare him to Roberto Di Matteo.
I said last week I'm going to predict a Norwich win every week until I'm right. And I'm carrying it on. Norwich will win 1-0 at the bridge tomorrow morning.
Goodness me. Good. If that happens, Roberto Di Matteo and Thomas Tuchel are the same guys. They're the same guys. The Champions League was Fugazi. Must have been, surely. The Bubble Champions League, no fans. That's what we're going to have to deal with it if Norwich win. If Norwich win, that's what I have to do it for Thomas Tuchel. Sorry. Because you can't lose to Norwich. Any manager lose to Norwich, you need to look at the mirror and say, am I a good manager? I know for sure. I know it's so bad now. I know we can go to Norwich away and we'll give them 5. We are shocking.
Will you though? Will you?
We should. They're terrible. I don't rate none of their players apart from the lone knee from Chelsea, Gilmore. And even then, he's a bit wishy-washy because how small he is. So I have to give it to Chelsea. They give him 6-0, man. Mason Mount get 2 goals. Chilwell, he's on form. They can put Loftus-Cheek up top. I know you get a hat trick maybe. Who knows?
If I'm right, I look like
everybody
a fucking genius.
Loftus-Cheek in a fancy.
Mine is based off of something though, because I don't. You know, at least I predicted a draw, and I just thought Norwich have been improving. You know,
improving where?
They've got 2 points, and we said that they were going to be.
They've got 2. Literally, the last 2 results have been 2 draws.
They haven't even won a game. I haven't come close to winning. They've been terrible. They're holding 6-0.
All right.
They shocked the Chelsea. Make it hard.
3 o'clock. Crystal Palace hosting strugglers Newcastle. I'm going to Palace.
No manager.
2-1 Palace.
Palace will win 3-0.
Cool. We all love Palace here. Up to Goodison Park, Everton host Watford.
Oh, what a boring game that is. Everton 2-0.
And
another
I'm going to go 1-1.
Ooh, interesting.
I just think manager amount. Also, actually, I remembered, you know, Palace have scored the most amount of, 90% of their goals are from the second half. You know what that is? Because Jordan Ayew's on for the first half, so you're definitely not getting goals there.
If I see that guy start one, he has to start releasing.
You know he's going to start him. Knowing him, he's going to be like to Ayew, okay, this is your last game, and Ayew scored against fucking Newcastle and plays for next 3 games.
He ain't scoring. I don't think he can shoot anymore. He's so bad.
And he shouldn't play against United. If he carries on playing, he shouldn't play against United.
Look, he should play full stop.
No, it was Man United. They got Man United coming up in a few weeks.
Oh, snap. Well, that's another L. We always lose Palace. Damn. Oh. But yeah, man, I just think that
I have to go wash my hands. I'll be back.
actually with Watford, they're not. They have obviously a new manager and that, but they have a goalkeeper, Cycling GK, on YouTube. So, and he always puts like the GoPro cameras in behind his goal.
I don't think he's allowed to in the Premier League.
He doesn't do the Premier League anymore.
I don't think so. Unless he keeps him with him on the bench, I don't think he's allowed to do it in the Premier League.
Or he might just borrow the cameras they have ready.
Yeah, I think he uses the matchday cameras. I think it's a case of I think the Premier League are worried that the GoPro might be hacked and someone can watch the game from behind the goal.
Oh, but then the view would be crap. Actually, not real crap. It'd just be. But you see,
you basically see Ben Foster's arse.
Yeah, so it makes sense because of copyright issues, but I just you know what I mean. I love his content. His content's class.
Yeah,
even though fans are not happy.
It's really interesting. I don't know why people are complaining about it. I think it's really interesting.
I did kind of put myself in their shoes because imagine if, let's say, Adrian was recording and you just see him saying, "Oh, what a performance there was from Rashford." You guys will not be happy.
Imagine he was recording the Atletico game. Can you imagine?
You get destroyed.
Imagine Adrian recording the fucking Atletico game.
And he's saying, "What a performance there was by Morata."
Marcus Llorente, 2 great goals. I should have done a bit better than that, but you know.
Why did you bring that? Of all the games, you brought that. I tried to wipe it from my memory. You know, there's certain games I just don't talk about. I didn't watch the replay of it, and you guys are still bringing it up, and it's like this is like.
It's painful to me as well. I hated it too. It's like it's the one shit Adrian performance that comes to my mind. If not that, it's the Chelsea in the FA Cup game.
Oh my!
He's a really.
You're a Williams goal.
I remember when he was at West Ham, he was the ball was out of the box and he just handled it.
Look, at West Ham, this is the same keeper that got lobbed by Wayne Rooney from the halfway line twice.
What guy? What legend?
He wasn't content with only getting lobbed once. His arsehole went back for it. Oh my god! What are we talking about? I'm done with him.
The only way we're talking about it is because of Ben Foster. Cycling GK.
We'll move on from Watford. I'll go 2-1 Everton.
I'm going.
Flipping DCL's out for 5 weeks, you know. Oh my.
Is he?
Doesn't mean they don't need him.
He just said today that he'll be out for 5 weeks.
He's been out for 5 weeks already. Another 10 weeks.
I think what's his name? Richarlison's back, I think. In training at least.
2-0. That's what I believe. If Richarlison's back especially.
I'm going 1-1.
We move to West Yorkshire. Leeds versus Wolves.
Ooh, Wolves are winning that 2-1. Oh, you know what? Yeah, 2-0.
But wait, Leeds home.
Yeah, Leeds home.
Leeds get have they won a game yet? I don't remember.
They have.
Yeah, they did.
Oh. Well, they've had a weird start to the season, haven't they?
Yeah. They lost to you. 2 draws against Burnley and Everton. Lost to us. Drew to Newcastle. Lost to West Ham. Beat Watford. Lost to Southampton.
Yeah, Leeds are going to win this game. 1-0.
I'm going 3-1 Wolves.
Yeah.
I think they've got into the rhythm now. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're clever. Before they kept on just throwing up shots, but now I think they've scored. Of the last couple goals they've scored, they've only done it on like 18 attempts. And they scored like 5 or 6 now. So, you know, they've changed it.
Wang Chi.
What a man.
What a player.
Yeah,
good fantasy player he is.
I should put him in my fantasy team. I take out Danny Ings.
Oh, damn, I haven't done my fantasy team. Shit.
I don't think you have time.
Speaking of Danny Ings.
Oh.
Speaking of Danny Ings, we move back to his former club, Southampton, at home to Burnley.
Yes, boys, we're going for another win here. 1-0 Southampton. Yes. My guys. What?
Game week 10. Oh, piss off.
Yeah, you missed the deadline. It was half an hour ago.
I started firing towards my team. Don't worry, Smith will do something hopefully today.
I think I've got you this week, so.
Do you?
I think so.
Well, you're gonna have to hope that Miss Smith Rowe doesn't do anything, otherwise I'm finished. 'Cause I know for sure Greenwood's not scoring against Liverpool because they're gonna keep clean sheet. We'll get them soon. That's my prediction.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Southampton.
Why are
Southampton
you
gets you.
copying me?
I think Liverpool are going to score and then nothing's going to happen.
Southampton gets you.
Burnley.
Burnley.
2-0 Southampton. Burnley are terrible.
Oh, bruv, I lost my phone. Oh, man. Can I read that?
Then we'll go to the 5:30 kickoff down at the Amex Stadium. Brighton host Manchester City.
3-1 City.
I'm sure that was quick.
They beat them 3-2 last season. Big comeback, but I don't think these assholes can score that many goals. I saw an article talking about how this was one of the best City performances after they beat Club Brugge. And it was like, oh, they stopped Club Brugge from playing. Oh, big work. So what? It's bloody Club Brugge. Anyway,
that's not to be impressed about.
1-0 Man City, 80th minute. Raheem Sterling will do nothing. They'll probably score. They'll probably be the one to score.
Yeah, Foden, he's the main player of City now.
Before I give my result, you have me this week, Aslan.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What a travesty.
You're not getting 3 points for me.
Actually, no, I'm coming for your head. What?
MK's got favour.
No.
I gave you
That's no.
Yeah, because I got Smith. What else do I have Smith Rowe, man?
Why do you still have any players? Why did you have him in the first place?
I haven't got a clue. It's just 0.8 million. I thought you could bargain.
I think it's 2-2. I think Brighton hold Man City at the Amex.
That would just make the certain cult of the Oilies think, oh, look, City drew 2 things, so why are you not caring about what we're doing? Losing to Liverpool is not as embarrassing as drawing to Brighton. We can't have. I need City to beat Brighton.
I got some breaking news.
Ben White's name to Benjamin White. He's a prick, man.
I have some breaking news.
Oh,
what's the breaking news?
If you want to change your Arsenal results, Kieran Tierney's out.
Oi.
Kieran Tierney does not feature due to a bruised left ankle.
This guy, what?
No, but look, when it was snowing, this guy had no warmers on.
Oh,
he's so brave.
Nuno Tavares starts at left back for Arsenal.
Nuno Tavares.
And he's next to Benjamin White. I'm not calling him Benjamin White. I'll go up to his friend and call him Ben.
Lacazette is back in the starting lineup, and Sambi Lokonga is in the midfield.
They got a very Irish team, don't they, man? These players they've read out.
You said they're top 4.
That's Wally. That's why they're top 4.
Your exact words were once playing.
What's the way you leave? They're not sneaking.
Team.
Huh?
You called them a 1 game a week super team.
Ollie's making them a 1 week game super team. I'm worried about them now. I'm literally worried about every team in the league.
They're 12.
Apart from Norwich and Newcastle. After Newcastle, I'm worried about every team.
They're 12.
We're 6th. If they win, they're only like 1 point behind us, We are in a dire situation on this Gollum manager. He looks like Gollum.
I can't. Oh, yes, you can't.
He looks like Gollum. Terrible accent. He needs to leave.
The things this guy says, man, cracks me up.
It's because of Oli. That's why I believe also with the 1 game a week super team. Otherwise, if you're like Zidane or Conte or Ten Hag, I'm thinking about we beat Liverpool. I think we better Liverpool say stuff like that.
Okay. Do you want to move on to the Sunday fixtures?
Why would you send that, Usman? I actually hate Tom Holland. I actually hate him.
It's a funny poster. It's a funny poster.
Nathan Drake, you know what, very big fan. Why the fuck is that Uncharted movie coming out and these arseholes have the nerve to say it's an original idea? 2 of the set pieces are stolen directly from the games. They're trying to do you have a 15-year gap.
No, stop. Save it. Tuesday. This is an announcement. Tuesday. We have a new show coming out.
Yeah, on Tuesday we have a new show called Aslan's Rant. Yeah, we're going to do comic book movies. I'm ranting the whole fucking hour about why this movie shouldn't be made and why video game movies shouldn't be made in general.
Should we call it Aslan's Rant time, or should we call it Let's Talk About It? Let's shout about it.
Yeah, featuring him.
There you go, everyone. Let's shout about Out on Tuesdays. All right, 2:00 on a Sunday. Brentford host Leicester.
Oh,
okay.
That's an interesting game.
Big
And I got Brentford winning 2-1.
That just scored 4 goals in the Europa League. Yeah, what a man! I said I wanted him. Instead, we got no one.
Guess who gave him confidence? You know what who gave him confidence? Us, United, per usual. He wasn't scoring at all. I don't think he even scored before he scored against us. He might have scored once. But
I think he scored before. I think he scored.
Has he scored in the league? He's not scored in the Premier League before us.
Let me check.
Is he? I thought the commentator said he's first goal in the Premier League. I'm pretty sure I heard that. I
mean, you might be right.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. He scored.
Yeah, it was his first goal.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
It's still of us right now, man. But anyways, Brentford and Leicester. Leicester gonna win 2-1.
I'm going 3-2. High scoring big boy game.
Against who? He's 3-2.
Oh, for Leicester. Because I got Jamie
I'm
Vardy.
the only one going Brentford win.
I'm kind of banking on that Arsenal to continue scoring run.
Am I the only one going Brentford win then?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, cool. Let's go Brentford. Now the game on TV.
Breaking news.
Okay.
Favor has watched the first half an hour of Culminating. Let's go.
Favor?
Yeah, I told
Mashallah.
He said he'll break it down because it's like 3.5 hours. He said he'll break it down into parts. I was like, fair enough.
Does that mean we have to watch a Nollywood movie now? In return?
No, he told me to watch some anime. And don't tell him, but I kind of stopped watching it. But we won't tell him that.
Yeah, I don't think he watches this, so it's fine. Okay, now 2:00. The other game that's on TV on the Sunday. West Ham hosts Tottenham.
These are good games, but they should put one of them Saturday. The Saturday's looking terrible in terms of games.
I mean, I'm gonna go Chelsea Norwich early and then City Brighton.
Chelsea Norwich early. I am giving that game a view.
It's time to go bold, boys. I think it's time to go bold. 4-2 Tottenham. Let's go.
Hell no. 3.
Good Lord.
West Ham.
Yeah, here's my reasoning, yeah. Everything is grounded in reasoning. So, like, on Thursday, Nuno decided, I'm going to play my Dodo team, yeah. And I think West Ham went reasonably strong. And obviously, eventually, Europa League and Premier League, that turnaround is very difficult. And, you know, I can't trust Tottenham to keep a clean sheet or, you know, not concede more than one. So I'm giving West Ham 2 goals because they got Antonio, who always seems to score against Tottenham. But I think Kane will now try to justify his £150 million price. And hopefully Son does something as well because he's also in my fantasy team. So, yeah. This is mostly going on, you know, the fact that I took out that piece of shit Antonio and I've got human Son.
MK.
I'm going for 3-1 West Ham.
I said the same bloody thing. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, man, don't put yourself down on this Dodo's level.
Down, up, you mean. My Ekelund is a classmate.
I don't see Tottenham winning it. I think West Ham to have too much quality.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Antonio. 4 hours he's got caught up for Spain. That's crazy, you know.
Tottenham almost fucked it against Newcastle.
Yeah, but like my fantasy team.
My fantasy. You have to think
no, it's fine. I went Norwich beating Chelsea. Don't worry.
I mean,
mine is not the most. You know what? Yeah, I always try to go too smart with mine. Yeah, and it always the ones that I got at 1-0, it was like 5-0 in the end. So I'm just going bold. It's probably going to be wrong, and it'll be like West Ham 4-2. But like, you live and die by the sword, don't you?
Exactly.
All right. Now it's the big one.
Is there a Monday game?
No, this is the last game of the week.
Oh, this is the
4:30 on a Sunday. Manchester, Old Trafford, Man United versus Liverpool, and I'm going 1-1. It's gonna happen. It always fucking happens. We build up the first game of the season between us, and it's a fucking draw.
This is the reason why he has a good point because I'm going 0-0. And here's my reasoning, right? Whenever we've hyped up a Liverpool Man United game ever, yeah, it's always been dead. You know what the 2 best Liverpool Man United games were? The FA Cup from last season and the one where we piped you 4-2.
That one's
why? Because no one rated the FA Cup, and then we suddenly put out a strong side. You put out a strong. I mean, we had Reece Williams, but less said about him, the better. And
he was part of the team I won.
We had to win, and I didn't believe that we were going to win, and then we went and piped you. You know, Luke Shaw had one of the worst games of his life, and that was brilliant for me because propaganda. And yeah, it was good stuff, and you know, this is going to be a terrible game.
You want to, especially you, do you want to change that 0-0 scoreline? It's not going to be nil to us.
No, I know for a fact some shit's going to happen, and you're going to decide to play 5 at the back.
Klopp believes that United are like here, and so he tries to like be too conservative. We were forced to try and pipe you last season, and even Ollie tried to go out and play and beat us because, you know, we had Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. But I think now that you've got a reasonably good squad, like, or, you know, you got your players, I think he's going to be like, Ronaldo, oh my gosh, Sancho, Rashford, and he's going to play up to the occasion more than play up to how you're actually playing. Even today, he was like, I saw Paul Scholes as saying that I'm rubbing my hands. I can tell you I was watching that. I am not rubbing my hands. I thought, bloody hell. I know you're supposed to, like, hold it, but, like, even I'm laughing at him, you know.
I mean, if you saw the first half,
even I feel this way, man. Man United are the team that I'm scared of most. Because this arsehole team can go and lose 4-2 to Leicester, yeah, and then they'll come and pipe us. That's what, you're so bozy.
I wish we had confidence, same confidence as you. Even though in group chat you're freaking, why is he getting gassed?
It's happened before, bro. It's happened before. You've played shit and then you go and beat us. The Van Gaal season, you were shit and you knew you were shit and you beat us.
Jose came, yeah, and everyone was like, oh, Mo Salah, this, that, and the other, yeah. And then flipping Rashford got 2 in the first half, and then Eric Bailly scored an own goal, basically. And nothing happened. All that game where you were 1-0 up here for like 80 minutes, and then we got like a
Lallana. That rattled me, man. Because we were
like Man United are not this side that will roll over.
Do you know Dan James and Rashford up top? You know, right? Dan James and Rashford's up top. And you lot had that super team. 9-20.
Exactly. How the hell? I don't expect to win the game. The first game of the season, neither of us win. The second game is when someone wins.
That Old Trafford game, yeah, I think that's like the first time we've ever beat you under Klopp at Old Trafford in the league. First time.
It was the first time since 2008 we beat you at Old Trafford.
Yeah, good luck. That was a good one as well.
That 4-1 game was one.
That was brilliant.
That's one of the games I remember the most.
And it's gonna come back again, which is why I'm predicting United 1, Liverpool 3. I don't know why you guys can. Yes, I get it seriously.
You're not going into like 60 minutes. If we're 2-0 up, I don't expect your fans to stay. If we're dominating the game, I don't expect your fans to stay in the stadium. I think they'll leave.
It's like 3-0, yeah. I promise you right now, there's no staying. Because we're not coming back against Liverpool, Van Dijk, Matip. You're having a laugh. It's not happening. And we're not keeping a clean sheet. As I'm saying right now, you've got another chance to change the scoreline. We're not keeping a clean sheet.
Doing it.
Do you know the last time kept clean sheet? Do you know the last time was United kept clean sheet? Wolves. What happened in that game? De Gea was man match. Huh?
It was like
De Gea shows up against us though. De Gea is known for showing up against us.
Do you not remember the Europa League game where like Coutinho and Firmino had like open goals and he still managed to save them?
Well, the thing is, Dave's been doing that type of form now.
Yeah, because your defense is shit.
And the Wolves, the only time we kept clean sheet, our defensive team were worse than most games.
I don't know. It's just the last few seasons when you've kept a clean sheet against us. You raised your hand.
Why have I raised my hand?
The last few times you kept the clean sheet against us at Old Trafford, he played a 5 at the back. I feel like he's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put 5 at the back again. As long as I can get a draw against Liverpool, no one's gonna be on my back.
Yeah, we can't just switch formations like that. Like we haven't been playing a system. We've been playing 4.
No, to be honest, yeah, they don't even have 5 defenders.
We don't have we have Brandt out and Maguire. And
actually, you can play Bailly.
It's either Eric Bailly, you play Scott McTominay centre back.
Oh no, hell no. We're not doing McTominay centre back. No, that's not what we're doing. And speaking of McTominay, I think he's playing because Fred's out. So that's probably
Is Fred out? Confirmed out.
Well, he's a doubt. That's what he says.
Yeah, the thing is, you guys will go in like, oh, it's a doubt. They're playing.
Well, also...
Yeah, Ollie doesn't care about if you're injured. He played Rashford for like 11 weeks when he had a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he admitted himself that.
And then he said, I'm not sure if Rashford should be 100% committed to us. Shut up, man.
And then he played Maguire a day after he came back to fucking training.
One morning session, yeah, Maguire had.
I promise you, Fred will wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, yeah, my hamstring's all right, but I don't think I can
They'll
play."
stay
Ollie will say,
painful
"Oh, you
from
said it's
start.
all right. Okay, come in."
That's exactly it. I think Fred, Fred might play. And if Fred had a bad game, I'm not going to get on to Fred. I'm going to get on to the manager playing Fred when you have midfield options. And Van der Beek, you're not playing at all, so I don't think you should turn up. McTominay and Fred, that's the pivot. If it's not McTominay, Fred, it'll be McTominay, Pogba. But I'm also hearing Bruno's out. Apparently, he's got a doubt, Bruno.
No, haven't you heard yet? Every time before a big game, there's always certain players that are seemingly out that just come back.
Yeah, Bruno's been one of them.
Rising from the dead.
I think Bruno will play. I don't see Bruno get dropped. Although his comments, you see his comments. You know, Bruno's comments about Oli. He said that it's up to the coaching. If the coach could be right or wrong, but we'll see if they're right or wrong. When does a player ever come out and say the coach could be right or wrong? It has to be 100% right. They have to believe in what they're seeing. But Bruno Fernandes is kind of doubting the coaching, and that could potentially be something that Ollie's thinking about. Says, "You won't let me drop him." Who does he think he is?
I mean, he's definitely thinking. Remember how deep he took RVP's words? This is Bruno. This is his guy.
But yeah, he is his guy. But then at the same time, Ollie's a little egotistical bastard. Even though in the cameras he plays out as a nice guy, he's absolutely not. He's a bastard. He loves it. A little Van Persie, little tiny comment. Van Persie said his head was gone.
He's insecure, man.
He's insecure as hell. And even now, when people talk about his job, he's even more insecure. And the fact that Bruno Fernandes is doing these little interviews, I can see Bruno Fernandes getting dropped and puts Pogba in midfield.
Yeah, what did he say about Jamie Carragher? He was like, as long as the board has faith in me, then I don't think I should be listening to Jamie Carragher. It's like,
he said these two. This is him. It is Jamie Carragher said these two. So he's talking about Neville too. So I'm like, Gary Neville, that's how he's talking about you. Yeah? He's referring to you as these two, not your mate. So how about he's not really your mate like that. Let's be real. You guys are not boys. You're just fake teammates with false pro teammates like you used to be. Like, get out of here, man. You're not guys. I don't see Neville going out to dinner with Ollie. It's not happening.
What is wrong with your Twitter? Huh? I'm trying to read what Ollie's saying, right? And it takes me to download your fucking app. I don't want to download your fucking app. Let me read it online. What's wrong with you? What the fuck is this?
United app is the worst.
I'm trying to read what Ollie said because I don't want to listen to his fucking interview. It takes you to download your fucking app. It's like when you put your team sheet out. What kind of retarded shit is that? You put about numbers. Yeah, so do Chelsea. No, Chelsea do it normally, I think. You lot do it stupidly.
We used to do it normally, and last season this changed. Let's just have some fun. Let's annoy the fan base. Even more when they need to be annoyed. But yeah, man, if I have to give a prediction for this game, I'm going for 3-1. We are not keeping.
Salah said he wants to stay at Liverpool until the end of his career.
And your board don't want to
Let's give him a lifetime contract, please.
Do you think Salah's scoring against us?
Yeah, he's got a taste.
He scored 2 and 3. No, he scored 2 against you in the FA Cup. So I think he's got 4 and 4 against you.
His first goal against you was the one at Anfield.
Season before last.
The season before when we won the league. And then since then, he scored against you multiple times. So he's got a taste now.
But then he's got a shaved beard. Now, even though people think this, what's that got to do with anything? For me, there's power in the beard. And for me, no one can take Salah serious anymore. Or not too serious with that beard. So you know what? Luke Shaw's keep the clean sheet. Not keep the clean sheet.
This is like when he got that
quiet.
trim.
Dude.
And like at first I was like, yeah, he got the trim, but then I was like,
he looks like a boxer.
No, but he's still got the afro though.
Yeah, he put it back and he looks even more dangerous.
No, yeah.
But just wait. When
he
shows up on Sunday and in the fucking lineup, he'll have a big beard again. All we know, right? God. Luke Shaw's gonna come up as a Newcastle fan and wear the whole dish-dash thing.
Oh god, this is terrible.
He actually used to wear it. Why?
He's gonna say slowly come to Salah and then.
Hold on, I don't even know where my camera is. Fucking. Hold on, let me try that.
Look, actually, can see it. I can see it. Oh wow! It doesn't look as bad as I imagined.
I love it.
It doesn't look as bad as I imagined.
The beard. I'm gonna teach him how to trim his beard here. You do a 4. You do a 4, man. Then it's a trim, but it's not that deep. Oh,
he went all out with that one.
Yeah, his beard wasn't that bushy though. It just.
He's got a glass beard because it sticks to his. Like, it's just a straight line.
It stays down like this. It just stays down. It doesn't.
It doesn't go all over the place. So he should.
I love that we're talking about Salah's beard. This is ball knowledge. This is knowledge.
You don't see his content anywhere else, man. This is class content. Yeah, man. I actually finally, there's a little record here. I didn't mention Oli that much. So I give myself a round of applause for not slowing Oli that much.
Yeah, you went on the team, and I don't blame you.
Yeah, I was so open to the place. I already know Gollum is terrible anyway, so I was like, let me just leave Gollum alone and focus on McTominay. He hides the ball. Have you ever seen a midfielder that hides like from the ball, like the consistency of McTominay? He just hides. Watch him on Sunday.
I want Henderson to hide from the ball.
But at least Henderson's brave. Like he said, give me the ball now. I want this.
I don't want him to be brave.
No. You don't want your midfielder to hide.
No, I don't want him on the ball though.
No, but at least
it
gives an option. But it gives an option though. Like Maguire and Lindelof.
It doesn't give us an option because we know what he's going to try and it's going to flop.
But McTominay hides. Like he's not even wanting the ball. Like he's standing next to the striker behind it, and then Maguire just saying, "What the hell? Where's McTominay?" Do you watch how fit Fred is not as bad as people make him to be?
McTominay's literally called him the worst player in the league.
McTominay is the worst in the league. He's absolutely
MK, we've been doing a list, right? So I think we've started it. It's called our worst Premier League 11, right? So our manager is Steve Bruce. Adrian's in there.
We're not, the manager is Steve Bruce.
At centre back.
No, I have to interject. No.
Right back.
Who?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Well, obviously Bukayo Saka's freaking wow.
No. We've got. We can add McTominay, Fred and McTominay.
John Shelby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jordan Henderson. You're lucky that John Shelby is there.
I already have a problem with it already.
Wait, who else? He had a pretty good. Oh, Joe Linton up top as well.
Yeah.
Joe Linton, Dan James, and left wing. Who should go for left wing? That's a poser. I'll not say Martinelli, but I'll allow him.
Martinelli's quite good.
He's terrible. I've seen him play. He's not Brazilian. I'm pretty sure he's from Bosnia or something. He's not Brazilian.
Fred from Bangladesh.
It's because I remember he probably is. Maybe there was like Bangladeshis. But my problem is with Martinelli is they'll compare him to Greenwood, and I was like, let me see him. He's not even better than Dan James. I don't think he's better than Dan James.
He's coming in with an ankle injury, isn't he?
I couldn't even doubt what injury's coming from. He doesn't know how to play. He's not a winger. He's just someone that you have to play up top. I just pass the ball to.
I don't think there's many.
I'm not happy with your Steve Bruce shout because Steve Bruce is not in the league anymore. So let's leave.
No, he's still the worst manager.
No. We're not doing that. Steve Bruce, we leave Steve Bruce alone. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is now the worst manager in the league. So let's give him that.
Okay, fine.
Yes. Let's leave Steve Bruce alone, man. He's old. He's 70 years old. 1,000 games. Let's leave him alone.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a good point. I am never talking about Steve Bruce again. I'm done.
Yeah, he's terrible. Let him retire. If he should retire.
I'm done with him. He clouded my thoughts for too long. He mentally abused me, and I'm not.
And he doesn't manage your team. Imagine a certain manager manages my team. That's even worse.
Okay. That was a fun podcast. Thank you everyone for watching. I think this will be up tomorrow morning. So Saturday morning, because I don't want to release it now because no one's going to watch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how our Arsenal predictions go. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you again next week. And peace out.
Peace, guys.